Hey guys, Foster5 here with episode number 26 of the EAFC 24 career mode. We are kicking today's episode off with a cheeky game against Norwich in the FA Cup. Obviously, previous episode we progressed to the final of the Carabao Cup. We sold Kudus to Liverpool for 90 million. We bought Ansu Fati from Barcelona for 41 million. And we beat Wrexham in the FA Cup to progress through. That wasn't the last episode, but it was in the previous few episodes. So, today we will be progressing in the FA Cup, hopefully, against Norwich, a team in the same league as us in the Premier League. We've played them this season. I think we beat them 4-1, I think it was. We've got the rotational team out there here today. Let them cook, let them play in the cup games, obviously. Come the Carabao Cup final, it is against Preston and North End. Do we play the rotated team because they got us to the final, or do we mix it up? I don't know. Obviously they deserve to play because they've played every single game so far, apart from the two semi-final legs against United. But I think I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna start Joe Hart or Fraser Forster. One of them will play. Backline will probably be a mix. We're definitely going to start Cameron Archer because he has just been insane. Carabao Cup, Cameron Archer is like unknown quantum of striker that has ever been seen. I mean, even the FA Cup, he's cooking in the FA Cup. He is in knockout football. This guy's insane. So, unfortunate we didn't have him last year in the Europa League knockout stages, but we've got him here in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Obviously in the Premier League, he's not quite got as many goals, but he's still got quite a few. You can see here, 7 goals in the Carabao Cup, 3 goals in the Premier League, and 4 goals in the FA Cup. He's actually got more goals than Tammy in total this season, which is pretty insane. But obviously Tammy's have come in the Premier League. Tammy hasn't really played in any of the cup competitions, so, just cut him some slack. But Ansu Fati making his debut here today on the left-hand side against Newcastle. First little piece of action. Lovely cross into Jarrod Bowen. Didn't quite work out, but he has been early doors, showing off some skills. He's a slightly different player to Kudus, slightly different style of play, but I think it'll still work here. Well, hopefully it does, at least. But early doors, we are playing pretty well here against Newcastle, a team. We've kind of stolen their space, basically. We are where Newcastle probably should be right now. But, we've come in, we've taken it, and we're not looking back. We're top of the league. We deserve to be top of the league. And right now, I'm feeling confident we can hold on to this spot. I'm feeling confident we can win the Carabao Cup. And I'm feeling confident we can do pretty well in the FA Cup as well. So a domestic treble in Season 2. Imagine that. Imagine how insane that would be. But, don't count your chickens, as they do say. But Costa does score a header to put us 1-0 to the good against Newcastle. That quick start for us eventually paid off through our Brazilian. He is the top goal scorer in the Premier League. He is a player we picked up for free. We paid no money to any team to pick Costa up. And he's come in to the team, and he's a top goal scorer in the Premier League. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Almost scored with Paqueta. Unfortunately, it was called back for offside. But we come into the second half. 1-0 to the good. The confidence is still absolute there. Jarrod Bowen gets the better of Dan Burn, cuts inside, and he just absolutely finishes it past his fellow countryman in Nick Pope. Jarrod Bowen, top player in real life on this career mode. He could do a job at a top 6 club in real life, but obviously he's stuck with West Ham, which is good to see. Obviously, there's not too many Premier League clubs that need a right winger. Man United, they need a right winger. Would he cook there? Probably not. Toxic atmosphere at Man United, really. Even Newcastle in real life, he could go there and he would be brilliant. But yeah, West Ham, I think, is the perfect place for him. The fans love him. Danny Dyer, she loves him, and her dad, he loves him. But Yeah, I'm waffling at this point because this game was actually, overall, a pretty dull experience. We went 2-0 up, and Newcastle didn't really threaten us. We didn't really threaten Newcastle. Game was over, basically, before we could get fully cooking. This game was actually 2 days after the Newcastle game, so we had to play the rotational 11. Now, this is a test, because if the rotational 11 lose here today, that means if I'd played the rotational 11 in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, we probably would have got knocked out. If they win, there's a chance that they could have done every single game of the Carabao Cup. Obviously, we've got Joe Hart in goal. Fraser Forster is actually higher rated than Joe Hart, but Joe Hart's been actually really good when he has played. So we're going to stick with him for the time being. Maybe Fraser Forster can play FA Cup games. I'm not decided yet, but Chelsea at the Bridge, we drew with them 2-2 earlier on in the season. All of the goals came in the first half. Second half was a bit crap, a bit rubbish. Here, a lot of chances for Chelsea, and it's kind of proving my point that we should have played the starting 11 against United. It's kind of backing me up. It's also kind of putting a bit of worry in me. Maybe I should have played a tired starting first 11 instead of a fully fit second team. Maybe that would be a bit of a better thing for us to do. Maybe we could have a slight advantage. Obviously, we can make subs and all that. I could help, but I just went in there with the full second team, and we were doing so good until 5 minutes into the second half. Nicholas Jackson puts the ball past Joe Hart, and we go 1-0 down. It's really unfortunate. Defensively, we had been really good, keeping them to a few chances. Those chances they did have, Joe Hart saved them quite nicely. Obviously, we didn't create too many chances of our own. That was the only negative, really. This is actually going to be our first shot on target of the whole game. Is it even a shot on target? It might have been going wide. But, yeah, it was a struggle. It was probably a mistake to play the second 11. We probably should have done a mix and match of both teams. But, we'll learn. The starting 11 is now going to be fully fit for the next game, which is going to be Manchester United, who are going to be looking to get some revenge for us knocking them out of the Carabao Cup. We had a big chance here. That was a shot from Willy Gnonto. That's why I wasn't expecting it with Callum Wilson there. If I had intentionally passed it, I think we would have scored with Callum Wilson there. But, yeah, I'd press shoot. Gnonto, his header was just so poor, it fell straight into the path of Callum Wilson. And we lose that game 1-0. It's unfortunate, but we move on to this game against United. This is a big game. Can't be having back-to-back losses. Such a big win against Newcastle and then back-to-back losses. It's not what you want. But thankfully, this is against a Manchester United team who just recently we beat 2 games on the trot. So hopefully that gives us a slight bit of advantage, or could give them a fire under their belly not to lose another one. 6 of some, half a dozen of the other. But great chance, great save from Georgie, and a great clearance off the line from Mavropanos. And then Fati nicks it off his man, and he just charges at the team. This is the type of stuff Kudus used to do. But the thing is, Kudus is left-footed. Fati, I believe, is right-footed. Kudus probably would have scored that on his stronger left foot. Fati didn't have the confidence, went with his right. That's where we might have a problem. So we have to adapt to that. Maybe we wait, no. He hit that with his left foot. I don't know why he hit that with his left foot. I'm just watching that and thinking in my head, he hit that with his left foot. Fati should have hit that with his right, and he probably would have scored. Great strike from Tammy. Well saved by Onana. He, in this match, was the man of the match. He kept us just scratching our heads on how we're going to beat this guy. We beat him 5 times in the Carabao Cup. This game, he was unstoppable. Lovely save there. Thought we might have just done it with Jarrod Bowen with that little dink. Didn't quite work out. Lovely whip from Fati. Straight to the head of Mavropanos, but again, great catch from Onana. 15 minutes remaining in this one. Still 0-0. Looks like it's going to be back-to-back dropped points. At least it's going to be a point in this one. Thankfully, in the next game, we have got relegation threatened. Luton. But then this happens. Garnacho twists and turns, gets inside, and he somehow sneaks it in at that near post. 1-0 to Manchester United. And it's Garnacho. I was actually looking at Garnacho. It was Garnacho or Fati to replace Kudus. In the end, we went with Fati. And in his first game of the season, Garnacho goes and drops that one on us. So, a real shame, really. But there's still time left in this one as Tammy cuts past Martinez, and a great save from Onana again, having the game of his life. Still, another chance for us to be had in the final few minutes of this game. Paqueta charging down the byline. He can either shoot or go alone. Shoot or pass it across. Decided to shoot. Not the best of options, but we are going to recycle it. We're going to go right back forward as Alvarez finds Ansu Fati, turns his man, finds the space, shoots it across goal on his left foot again. Great save from Onana. From the resulting corner, Paqueta takes, whips it in. Tammy can't quite get there. Mavropanos lays it down to Costa, can't get his shot off. Fati's trying to find a bit of space to get a shot off again. Doesn't quite work. And we're just scrambling, basically. And when you scramble, you don't think. When you don't think, you lose possession. When you lose possession in the final few minutes, you lose the game and you lose top spot. Arsenal have jumped us. We've gone and lost 2 games back to back. They are our 5th losses, our 4th and 5th losses this season. 51 points to Arsenal's 52. Oh boy, this second half of the season is going to be an interesting one, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.